is up, beautiful people of this world? This is your personal travel consultant, Nico speaking, and welcome back. Today's video will go in depth on the American Express Personal Platinum Card and what it can do for you to help you in your travel journeys, so stay tuned. And as always, make sure you click subscribe and that bell icon so that YouTube knows that you are watching my videos. I appreciate the support, and without further ado, let's get into it. So what is the American Express Personal Platinum Card? What does it do? And more importantly, what can it help me to book that aspirational travel or start that digital nomad journey that you've been dreaming of? For starters, the Amex Personal Platinum Card is what we call in the game a luxury travel card, since it offers a wide assortment of travel benefits for your aspiring traveler to use. So let's break that down. First off, the Platinum Card has credits that are available for you to use in these forms. You will have the $600 to use within their hotel collection. That can be split up into $300 increments every 6 months. Their hotel collection can be further split up into 3 different categories when you do look into the Amex Travel website. You'll have your regular hotels, you'll have hotels within the hotel collection, and you'll have some that are what we call the Fine Hotel and Resorts collection. When using this credit, the first category will not trigger this credit. It will only trigger if you book nights within either the hotel collection or the Fine Hotel and Resorts collection. When you use it for the hotel collection, the minimum requirement is that you book at least 2 nights within that hotel chain to make it work, versus if you use it for the Fine Hotel and Resorts collection, you can use it just for 1 night and it will trigger the collection, so long as you are trying to book within that $300 or higher amount. I remember within my own travels this year I actually used my credit by staying at the Cordis Hotel in Mong Mok, Hong Kong. And it's probably one of the nicest hotels I've stayed yet, where the way that it works is if you use the hotel collection or the Fine Hotel and Resorts collection, first thing is you will automatically get up to 4 p.m. Checkout, subject to availability. You could check in starting at noon, also subject to availability. And another thing subject to availability is they will try to upgrade you to the nicest room that they have within their collection. The other thing to note with this card, you will also get $100 to use within the resorts based on whatever credits they will allow you to use. For example, with my stay, I end up using the $100 for room service. So I was able to have pretty good breakfast certain days. So one of the days I know I ended up getting Hong Kong toast, which was really good. And I do recommend it if you have the chance to try it out. As well as there was one where they had a really good braised pork rice dish. That one was really yummy, so I got to try out a couple of dishes while I was staying at that hotel. If you do have the chance to travel and you do have this card later on, definitely use those credit because it's very useful when you want to check out any nice hotels around the world. Another thing that this card has, if you're someone that likes to use rideshare services, this one gives credits for Uber specifically. So first off, it will cover your Uber One annual membership, as well as you get $200 in Uber credits. This credit will be split up per month, where you will get $15 per month to use, as well as in December, it will be bumped up to $35 for that specific month. It's very useful for when you want to use it for, say, you want to head to the airport and you don't want to drive. You need a ride, use Uber, and you'll get that fare covered. The next thing to note, there's another $200 credit, but this one will be used for airline incidentals. You must select one of the airlines that's within their options for it to trigger, and you can only do this every January or when you first sign up for the card. So for those options, you can use it for the Atmos airline, so that would be Alaska or Hawaiian. You can use it on Delta, United, JetBlue, Southwest, and Spirit. This credit will be used for, say, your incidentals such as checked baggage, flight change fees, if you want to buy any entertainment or food while you're on board, or if you wanted to buy a lounge pass while you're there. You cannot use this directly to book with flights, however. That will not trigger the credit. So be aware on how to use this credit so that it'll help you out for your own travel. And since we're already on the topic of airlines, you need another credit to say, if I'm already here, how long is the TSA line to go through? Well, if you have noticed how it's been going on around, the lines can get very long, and if you don't want to deal with the long lines, what the Amex Platinum does is you also have two different forms of credits for use for what we call shortcuts. So first off, you get $209 for an annual membership with Clear. Clear will help you bypass in a different line. What they do is they hold your own biometrics, and so when you go through their line, you can get through past the regular security line. They also provide services not just for airlines, but certain sporting events as well. So like for example, I know they have one in Yankee Stadium. I have used it when I went to go watch my Detroit Tigers play the Yankees last year. It is very helpful to be able to use that as a perk. Another perk that you can use would be our $125 TSA/global entry credit. This one will only work once every 4 years, but that's fine since your global entry or TSA pre-check, whichever one you decide to sign up for, will be valid for 5 years. So this one specifically, if you want to use it for TSA pre-check, you'll be able to use the dedicated TSA pre-check line, which you won't have to take off any of your luggages out of your checked baggages, your shoes. It's a different shortcut that's different from Clear, that's much more convenient. Or if you decide to opt for global entry, it's a cut-through line within passport control where you just scan your eyes and you'll be able to walk through TSA fairly simple. So both of those lines are very helpful that Amex will cover in its own shape or form. You've heard me speak about all these travel benefits that you get with the Platinum. That can't be the only thing that it covers within this card, could it? Well, you would be correct if you're asking that question. So before I continue, don't forget to click that like button so that YouTube knows that you like my information that I am sharing to you, as I am your travel consultant providing you this information. So where was I? Alright, so in addition to travel credits, the Platinum also offers credit for their own restaurant program called Resi. Resi is a platform that you can book certain restaurants within its network. The credit that you will receive is in the form of $100 increments every quarter. So let's say you wanted to take that special someone out for a nice dinner. You can use Resi to be able to pay for it using your Amex card, and if it's in their network, they'll automatically give you a $100 credit towards your purchase. This is very helpful, so be sure to keep an eye on that credit. In addition to credits, another one to know is if you like, say, streaming services, this one will give you in the form of $25 streaming service credit. Certain ones that you can use for this credit are like Disney Plus, which includes Hulu, ESPN, or let's say you wanted to use this for YouTube. That also works with this credit. It is a very good credit to have. Just say you wanted to Netflix and chill and just watch something with that special someone. Another credit to have with this is Lululemon credit. You will get this in the form of $75 quarterly credits, so it's a total of $300. You can use it to buy any purchase that you will go through with Lululemon. In addition, there's also another credit called Saks Fit credit. This one is every 6 months as well. So from January to June and July to December, you will get $100 credit, split $50 per semi-annual. So both are really good if you love shopping for those retailers. Then the next credit to know is that this card will give you $155 for annual service through Walmart Plus, $300 towards Equinox, and $200 for a company called Aura, where you can get Aura rings to track your health metrics. All of those are very helpful if you know how to use these credits. And then the next thing to note is that the Platinum also gives you certain statuses with certain programs. So for example, if you like to use either Marriott Bonvoy or Hilton Honors, this card immediately gives you gold status for both programs. So if you like hotel statuses, they will help you out for, let's say, if you're staying in Bangkok, for example, and you wanted to stay at a Hilton property there. You book the cheapest room. If it's available, you're on the list for upgrades. As well as they can sometimes give you free breakfast. It just depends on the hotel chain you book within either Hilton or Marriott. So for me, my own example, I used this when I was staying in Busan, South Korea at a place called Songdo Beach. I had booked a Marriott stay with it, and they were able to provide me the top floor for my room. So that was a really nice view with gigantic ceilings, as I got to view the whole sea line of Songdo Beach, and it was really fantastic. So in addition to memberships that you will get with an elevated rank, you also get this for car retailers as well for car rentals. So say you wanted to use this for Hertz or for National, for example, you'll get their top status by just having this card, which will come very handy if you're, let's say, the road warrior type that likes to drive wherever you go. This will be handy if you wanted to upgrade to the next level for cars. And keep in mind, as you are also doing car rentals, this card does come with secondary CDW, which means that when you do drive, and let's say you do get into an accident, you can use the card as your insurance, but you will have to go through your primary insurance first. If you don't have insurance, that it's still better than nothing. So then it does cover any type of accidents that you've been through with the car. Make sure you're very aware with what secondary CDW does for you if you're due any car rentals. Then the next thing to know about the Platinum card is actual spending. The multipliers are not the best, I would say, unless you're using one category, which is flights booked directly with the airline or booked through Amex Travel. For that, you'll get 5 points per dollar on this card. Everything else is just 1 point per dollar. So the matter here isn't really to use this as your primary spender, but rather this is your status and gives you many credits to have this card. And then the next thing to know about it is, because you're already at the airport, let's say you're there 2 or more hours before your flight leaves and you're trying to figure out where to go to get food or just kill time, you do get access to the Priority Lounge network, as well as you do get to access on the Centurion network. If you hit 75,000 within a year on this card spend, then your guest privileges and you personally will get unlimited access on this card. So if that is your strategy, keep in note that's how much you need to hit on this card specifically. And then you also get access to the Delta Sky Lounge if you're flying Delta specifically on this card. Again, this is also limited. This time it's only 6 visits per year, unless you're able to hit 75,000 spent on the card. So I told you all the benefits of this card and what it can do, but there is a catch to keep in mind with this. It does come with a hefty annual fee of $895. so it's not cheap. However, if you're able to use all these credits, one could say your effective annual fee comes out in a positive value. This is very dependent though on your own playstyle and your own lifestyle, so make sure you keep in mind those credits versus the annual fee. Typically, with any of these cards that you sign up, they do come with a sign-up bonus. That sign-up bonus usually is how you offset year one's annual fee if you're able to hit the minimum spend. Amex usually does it in 6-month increments and typically expect about between 8 and 12,000 spend. And typically points, they fluctuate on how much the sign-up bonus is. But just keep that in mind when you do sign up for this card, is that there are bonuses that come attached with this card. And if you would like a elevated referral offer, click down on the description of this video. I'll attach my own referral as well, so that you can use my referral to get a referral bonus for this card. So hopefully this video was very informal of what Amex Platinum card does and what it can benefit for you. So the next video will go over the gold card in this charge card series. So keep an eye out and stay tuned. As always, this is Nico signing off. Until the next video, peace out.